I mean no disrespect when I say Luton at home is Chelsea's easiest game of the season.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
That's right, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, guys. I really do hope that Chelsea are playing Luton Town at home in the Premier League. That's right, at Stamford Bridge against the club who are favourites by the bookies to finish 20th place. That's right, dead last and get relegated. Now, when you face that team at home, no matter who you are in the league, that's your easiest fixture all season. And this indeed will represent Chelsea's easiest fixture. Does that mean they will definitely beat them? Almost certainly not, but we're going to talk about that in today's video, look at how Chelsea could set up, what they're coming up against, and can Pochettino get this Chelsea team firing so we can see his vision being played in the Premier League with his new look Chelsea. Granted, his new look Chelsea are hamstrung by injuries already. In fact, Chelsea have confirmed that Mykhailo Mudryk has sustained an injury in training this week and is in rehabilitation. The injury list is up to 9 players now, the second highest in the Premier League. Yeah, that's rough, man. Chelsea are seemingly cursed when it comes to injuries. Just when you think we can have nice things, another player gets injured. Of course, Mudryk follows Carney Chukwuemeka, who got injured last time out after scoring our only goal in that game. We really can't have nice things. Pochettino commented on the injury situation at Chelsea in his pre-match press conference, and he had this to say: "I think we have been unlucky with some injuries, but yes, that's football. It is better if this happens in the beginning, then we can get our players back fitter. It is true injuries have been unlucky, but I am positive and, for sure, we are going to compete well tomorrow." Well, that's a positive to me that the Chelsea manager isn't using injuries as an excuse 3 games in to not being able to defeat Luton Town at home, because that would really be concerning early doors. And it would seem Pochettino is pretty happy. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay, friends. Are we gonna be okay? Are we? The Chelsea manager went on talking about Carney Chukwuemeka's injury, saying this: "I think he will come back stronger because he is young and he wants to compete. He will be much better when he starts again." That is certainly very positive from the Chelsea manager. Why? I mean, I hope so. Young players want to come back, #back stronger, but it's not always, the case. Fair enough to Pochettino. I like the positive vibe. Why be pessimistic? It's not going to help anything, especially so early on in a campaign. And I kind of know what he's saying about the injuries, like he'd rather it happen now because players aren't really up to fitness. A lot of managers and players say your pre-season actually extends to the first international break because, the transfer window is extended. Competitive football's very different to, pre-season football. So there's a lot to consider with that. And maybe he's looking now going, yeah, it's not great, but the morale is good. The game plan is sinking into their heads. We need to fine-tune a few things, and later on in the season, hopefully when fitness is better, we won't be having these injury issues, right? The gaffer also went on a little bit to talk about the new signings coming in, Petrovic and the new striker Washington, but he didn't have much to say, so we won't reflect on that for too long. He was pretty coy about that. Right, so the Lukaku situation has popped up again. Of course, Italian journalist Di Marzio reporting that Lukaku is actually set to have a sit-down talk with Mauricio Pochettino regarding the potentiality of him being reintegrated into the squad after Chelsea are struggling to sell him. The Saudi deal is off the table. He can't return to Inter after shunning them. They sort of shunned him back, and the deal to Juventus is becoming increasingly difficult, if not impossible. What do you do with a Lukaku? Well, Pochettino was asked. He says, "At the moment, we are very relaxed, and nothing has happened. Nothing has changed." Well, I'm glad to hear you're relaxed, mate, because I'm having Lukaku-shaped fever dreams at the moment. Look, man, the striker isn't going to want to stay at Chelsea. Absolutely not. He will have no interest in remaining at Chelsea. He's made that clear, and I don't think the fans would have him back. Even if there is talks due, I just can't see it happening. But glad to hear that Pochettino is relaxed, man. We all need a bit of relaxation sometimes, Namaste. Just a quick interjection to remind you guys to subscribe to this channel, Football Therapy, if you're interested. You're welcome to. And why not drop a like? Because that helps us out. Thank you. A little bit more on the Ukrainian sensation Misha Mudryk. Pochettino spoke about his injury. It's just a minor injury, a few days. He won't be available tomorrow. I'm very disappointed because he is a player who we have hope for. Yeah, we all have hope for, mate. We all have, I hoped for Bakayoko to become like, the next Yaya Toure, but that hope fizzled and just left me, Now, joking aside, I do have genuine big hopes for Mikhailo Mudryk, and it's a disappointment that he is injured and joins the the long injury list. But yeah, it's a minor injury. That's good. He just won't be available for Luton Town at home. It's a shame because it could be the kind of fixture that maybe he could get a goal. No disrespect to Luton, of course. But, maybe he could have got a goal. So what about transfers? What's Pochettino said about Chelsea in the transfer market, which is still open, by the way? Poch says this: Chelsea are analysing the right profile of the attacker they want to sign. They haven't forgotten about the injured players and want someone who is compatible with the current squad. Yes. Good. Well, when I hear right profile, I hear just somehow getting us to score goals, whether it's creating them or finishing them. Chelsea is such a weird, peculiar team where they've got so much quality, they show amazing moments, but we've done this for years now. It's time to stop, messing around and actually start creating chances and then converting those chances. Create, convert. Create, convert. Super relaxed Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino was asked again about Romelu Lukaku. He didn't rule out entirely using him. Like we said before, there is a meeting due, although I think it's highly unlikely. But Pochettino took this opportunity to wind up Jurgen Klopp. He jokes about when Jurgen Klopp says he won't be in the business of football if Liverpool spend £100 million on the player. And of course, Liverpool offered Jurgen Klopp £100 million for a player, £111 million in fact, for Moises Caicedo. And then he says, "Oh, I made a mistake and something changed." Pochettino joking about the mental gymnastics from Jurgen Klopp there. A bit feisty, a bit of beef between the Chelsea and Liverpool manager, and they were all smiles and hugs at Stamford Bridge the opening day of the season, but maybe a little bit of spice will seep in throughout the campaign. Here's to hoping. So, who's going to start? Can Lavia start? Can Moises Caicedo start? The exciting new midfield prospects? Well, Pochi says this. Pochettino explains how Moises Caicedo can start versus Luton, but Lavia needs a few more weeks to be involved with this team as things stand. Yeah, it makes sense with Lavia. He got relegated with Southampton. It's a different level. He needs time to acclimatise. But Moises Caicedo, he's been with us longer now, a little bit longer. He's already got minutes on the pitch for Chelsea. He's had days to prepare for this game. And again, look, if I get egg on my face and we get battered by Luton, we deserve it. We should absolutely be beating Luton. But you circle this date in the calendar, like try out things, bed players in, Luton at home, start Moises Caicedo. That's just how it works, mate. And finally, Pochettino, what do you think we need left in the transfer market? Answer us this. Well, Pochi has this to say. He confirms we only need a goalkeeper and another forward of the right profile. And these two signings would be enough for the club to move forwards. Okay, so a goalkeeper, it's almost certainly going to be Petrovic, the MLS goalkeeper. I think that's done. It's coming in soon. Pochettino is very sort of coy on that. But also, we're probably going to sign a right attacking midfielder. I don't think a striker is going to come now. Of course, we've been linked to Vlahovic. That's not going to happen in the Lukaku deal. So, I feel like it's probably going to be no centre forward. We've got Jackson. We've got Bria to come back. We've got Nkunku to come back. We've already seen Pochettino in pre-season play him a lot as a centre forward. So, when you've got no Europe, 3 options for a striker, that is absolutely enough. I'm sorry. I know everyone wants a big money striker, someone who can bang away the goals, but I just don't think it's necessary. So yeah, a guy who can sort of play as a cam and maybe drift off to that right hand side and a left footer ideally, whether it's your Rayan Cherkis or whoever, that would be ideal. So how's this game going to go down? Well, first of all, let's have a little look at Luton's only game so far. Luton played away at Brighton, tough fixture. Of course, they've already had a game postponed because they're not ready to play at home yet. Their stadium is so diddy-widdy, there needs to be prepared for Premier League football. As you can see, they went away to Brighton and got touched up 4-1. Luton Town deployed a 3-5-2 formation, which kind of makes sense and you understand why. They only scored 1 goal, and that was by forward Carlton Morris. That was a penalty in the 81st minute. Yeah, understandably, relatively defensive from the Hatters, as, away from home, Premier League, a whole new world, as it were. And they'll almost certainly do something the same to Chelsea here. A 3 back system, 5 along the middle. So what is Pochettino going to do? How is he going to line up in this game? Well, you know what? For this video, I'm going to go with heart over head. My head makes me think he's going to play a 3-back system yet again with wing backs, but I'm going to hope, because he's at home, because he's against Luton Town, sorry to keep saying it, I believe he's going to go for a 4-2-3-1 formation. And my formation looks like this. Robert Sanchez in goal, Chelsea's undisputed number 1 goalkeeper. I'm going to go for Levi Colwill as a left centre-back and Thiago Silva as the right centre-back. That's right, Axel Disasi, though he may, well, be a very good centre-back for Chelsea long-term, worried me too much last time out against West Ham, and I feel Luton might pose certain problems to Axel Disasi. So yes, playing Thiago Silva in the back 4 might seem like a cardinal sin at the moment, but I think we'll have a lot of the ball, and I think he'll have the youth of Levi Colwill next to him for recovery pace, so I want to see them in a centre-back partnership too. Of course, if your Thiago Silva gets tired, if he looks off it a bit, you can always substitute him and bring on Disasi. Right, so first choice left back for me is Ben Chilwell. He will be starting and he will be wearing the captain's armband as the vice captain of Chelsea Football Club at the moment, of course, in Reece James's absence. He will get forward, he will stay forward, maybe a midfielder will drop in to make a back 3 to compensate, and he will hopefully be very good and get me fantasy Premier League points. The right back also picks himself here in Reece James's absence, and that is young Frenchman Malo Gusto, who is an exciting, dynamic young right back. He completes our back 4. Now, pray to all your respective gods that we see the double pivot that hopefully is the long-term double pivot for Chelsea for many years to come, and that is Moises Caicedo getting his first start for Chelsea, partnered by Enzo Fernandez, who will play a little bit more advanced than he is as a sort of creative number 8 in that double pivot. Now, of course, Carney Chukwuemeka's injured, and he was looking pretty good in the number 10, so that's our first choice number 10 and our second choice number 10, injured and out for a long time now. So I think Conor Gallagher deserves a chance to play a little bit closer to goal and play in the hole in the number 10 position. Right, left wing, I'm going for Raheem Sterling. Of course, we know Mykhailo Mudryk is injured. Raheem Sterling played really well last time out against West Ham, and pretty well in the first game actually against Liverpool. This, obviously the team collectively is failing to score goals, but in terms of his individual moments, he looks pretty good and deserves a start here. For the right wing, I'm giving Noni Madueke his first start of the season. Of course, he featured in the game against West Ham off the bench, so clearly good to go. An opportunity to have a proper left-footed right winger playing on the right wing. That makes sense to me, man. And of course, undisputed striker Bree is injured or not back yet, and Kunku's injured. Of course, Nico Jackson will be starting up front for Chelsea as the number 9. So that's how I think we're going to show up at home against Luton Town, who probably play quite defensively in a 5-back system, right? Pretty good. 4-2-3-1 should offer us the attacking prowess to hopefully break them down, score some goals, and just get some points on the board. Like I said, this is the easiest fixture of the season. I am going to predict a 3-1 Chelsea win. I think they'll score a goal because we do play a back 4 system like my heart hopes. Then I think we'll just leak a goal. To be honest, we're probably good for leaking a goal a game at the moment, but scoring goals, that would be nice. So I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea. I'm going to say Nico Jackson's going to score as well. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be very interested to learn your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to Football Therapy, and I'll see you very soon.